Yep. Look, tail. Trevor's going. Really good fun. That's why.
It's good fun. Okay. And who introduced you to do that?
Yes, I'm the tower captain. You're always learning to ring. It takes a long time to be able to ring in some cases. The older you get, the more difficult it becomes.
To make sure people have got their feet on the floor, because there's all kinds of stories. I think people's idea of bell ringing is people disappearing up to the ceiling and clinging onto the bell, and to be fair, that has happened, it has happened, but the way we teach people, we try to make it not happen, to happen as least as possible. We try and teach people in a safe as environment as possible, but occasionally you get funny things happening, and we quite often get people who've left their glasses in their top pocket, and the glasses do this wonderful balletic pirouette across the room as the rope flicks them out of the pocket as they go round, or you see people miss a rope, and because we're all concentrating so hard, it sort of snaps us out of our concentration, so somebody will miss a rope or stumble a little bit, and that'll sort of bring us all to and make us all, you laugh because it's something that's different that's happened. Yeah, come and leave it later. Be fine. It'll be fine, so close. Right. Okay, John.
Yep, who wants rounds in particular?
Oh.
Right, we'll have some rounds, please.
It takes a long time to learn to ring because the bells go from upside down to upside down, so there's a lot of weight involved. It's quite dangerous.
I imagined that the bells would be visible, but they are not. Is it for safety reasons?
And noise.
I started bell ringing at the millennium, when a lot of people started. And bell ringing is much like playing golf. Bell ringing, it gets hold of you and you cannot stop doing it. You've got to have your fix every week. How often do we practice? We practice every week, every Friday night. And we ring for every church service. And we ring possibly through the year, we ring 5 or 6 quarter peals, which a quarter peal takes about 3/4 of an hour to ring. So we ring on special occasions quarter peals, which can be quite complicated, and you have to have a good band to ring those. You can never learn all about bell ringing. You carry on learning right to the end of your days. So it is very, very interesting thing to take up. You don't have to necessarily be religious or a churchgoer. You just go and ring the bells, and you're expected to ring them on a Sunday for a church service. And that is really your payback for all the enjoyment you get out of ringing the bells through the week. As it happens, I do go to church, and yes, I do take part in church activities, but that all happened through bell ringing.
We ring every Sunday to welcome people and to call people to service. And we also ring for pleasure and fun and to push our minds on, to keep ourselves thinking. And what I love is the fact that when you're ringing and you're concentrating so hard on remembering the method and handling your bell that you've got no time in your brain for all the worries and the cares of normal life. So it's like you separate yourself from normal life, and it's that intense concentration just releases you, and it just makes you feel relaxed, and it's really enjoyable.
So it's a sort of meditation.
It's a sort of meditation, yeah. It's a sort of meditation because of that deep concentration, is that fact that you can't think of anything else. You exclude everything else, because if you do let something else come in, then that's when it goes wrong, to put it right. So a button where I ring, we have 12 ringers, and they're all village people, they're all local people, and we're not the great standard like you get in cathedrals and other towers, but we enjoy what we're doing and we do our best, so that's all we can do really. Yeah, and we got to know each other over the years. So you become, it's like building a team. You're all relying on each other. We're all getting better at what we do. So it's quite rewarding to see how far we've come, and to know that every time we stand up, we're all trying to do our best. So we're looking after the weaker ones. The stronger ones are looking after the weaker ones, but even they are trying their best to make a nice sound. That's what it's about.
When you do that, and then do that, and then there's some catch it.
So it's difficult.
Yeah.
How many times you tried to go on the bell?
7 times.
7 times, wow. And you are probably 7.
Yeah.
There's your mom there? Okay.
She goes bell ringing tomorrow.
So you would like to do the same as your mom?
Yes. That no one else can in my class.
So nothing single, pop single. It sounds really impressive. You just terrific. All the way through.
Practice is for an hour and a half, 7 o'clock to 8:30. Because you turn up at church every Sunday to ring the bells, you slowly get drawn more and more into the proceedings in the church. You go on the PCC and this type of thing, and slowly but surely you get drawn in. But I've always had belief and faith in God and Christ, and I suppose it's become a little bit deeper as we get older and nearer to God. I suppose we believe more, don't we? We hope we do anyway.
Not the even numbers, just the odd numbers, all the way down. And when you get down to the end, is it Craig? When Craig is on his number 11, the last odd number, you start again with all the even numbers. Okay, you happy with that? So you can do that. I might try and give you a cue, okay? So let's see if we can do it. Odd numbers. Sorry, what was your name? Cameron. Cameron's going to start us off, okay? Here we go, Cameron. Only the odd numbers. So only the right hand. Yeah, this one's number 10.
Right.
Okay? Okay? Do you know what? You're brilliant, Cameron. Okay, here we go again.
What is it? Oh, it's one.
Okay, let's go. Again, Cameron. Even now. Okay, so first right hand all the way down, and then change around and do left hand all the way down. Okay, are we ready? You two. Sort them out, will you?
I've been ringing about 40 years now.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed it.
Mine, I started when I was 10 and I'm 70, so it's 60 years.
60 years, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time, that's really, yes.
Yeah.
Because I started at Birkenhead Parish Church. I only started because the vicar at the time asked me if I could help him to clear the gutters out. Because they were all blocked up with leaves and things.
Yeah.
And we finished that job fairly soon. And he said, well, you might as well go home now, there's nothing left to do. But the ringers were practicing at the time. So I said, well, do you mind if I go and listen to them? He said, yeah. So as you know, they said, would you like to have a go? And I got into it then. And then 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't really put my finger on a date when I started to believe.
That was exactly what I said to our rector. I was brought up to it, you know. There's no other way, is there?
No, that's right, yeah. Some of these people who say they don't believe in anything. When you die, you just disappear.
That's my wife,
I think you've got to believe in something, no matter what it is. And Christian faith gives you everything to believe in.
Easy peasy.
You want to roll David City?
Looking west of that, that's easy.
Oh, sorry, at the back.
Right on. It's just, yeah, there you go. In front of Overcome All You Faithful. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, We get lots of people who are thankful, particularly people when they're ill, because it's a sound that they recognise, it's a sound they love, it's part of the community, and it reminds them that church isn't so far away, and if they have a faith, that their faith isn't so far away. You know, their place of worship is close, and that, you know, it sort of reinforces their faith really. So that's lovely. When you get feedback like that, people have enjoyed it. Or weddings are fantastic because they're just a celebration, and that's lovely to be able to join in the celebration with people when they're coming to get married. That's wonderful. And of course there's the sad times when you have funerals. That's sad, but again it's important to do it and do as well as you can do. And actually it's a respect, and it's a beautiful haunting. We half muffle the bells, so the bells sound like an echo. So you have the first ring of bells, and then you have like an echo afterwards, and that haunting sound is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that's for my funeral, definitely. I'll be definitely having that, definitely.